What's good? Party people in the place to be. It is the number one Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to my attempt at another Knicks audio podcast. Welcome, everybody. Um, Thank you to all the Patreons who help support the channel, and thank you to all the YouTube members who help support the YouTube channel grow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Joe Madden is in the building. All right, so I guess we'll get started like this. Which Julius Randle are you getting if you are a New York Knicks fan? Which Julius Randle are you getting? And I hate to be stark and get right to what they call the nitty gritty, but I have to do it this way because over the past few weeks or so, we've seen a couple versions of Julius Randle, and they are, for the most part, polar opposites. Right? One version of Julius Randle is Bubble Julius. And you know what I mean. The Julius Randle that was an unselfish playmaker, helped orchestrate the offense, helped guys move, create shots for others in the offense. Was so unselfish that in that season, he was an all-star, the most improved NBA player, an unselfish team player, decent defender, high assist man, clutch shot maker, all of these things. And then there is the other version of Julius Randle, Lottery Julius. Dubious handle, no handle Randle, the selfish shot maker, turnover machine, um, kind of cancer on the court, so to speak. And I hate to say the word cancer because, after dealing with what we dealt with for, you shouldn't even say that word in terms of a game because cancer is not a game. But what Julius Randle are we getting? Are we getting Bubble Julius or Lottery Julius? Yesterday against the Sacramento Kings, we got both Juliuses in one game. We got both Juliuses in one game. It was crazy. Sincere the Genius is in the building. Kerry Cox was good, my friend. IQJ in the building and Joe Madden. What version of Julius Randle are we getting from day to day? Ricardo Torres is in the building. So let me break this thing down for us. Jason Alba is in the building. Hey, and when I do these audio podcasts, I know it seems like I skip all over the place, but let me just say this. I like shouting out my people on YouTube as kind of an introduction, like introducing them to the audio podcast platform. And listen, to all of those listening for all of you guys, listening to us on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on Google Podcast, on Amazon, on iHeartRadio, and all the other Player FM, on Deezer, on all the other on Alexa. For all of you guys listening on the audio podcast platforms, let me first say thank you. Right, consider joining the family. We are a crazed Knicks family. We're nothing but lunatics. I say that tongue firmly placed in cheek. It's just a joke. You have to be self-deprecating at some point. You can't take these things too serious. But we are what you call sincere and diehard Knicks fans. Right? But let me say this about Julius Randle. If you are a Knicks fan watching Julius Randle from game to game, if you're a diehard Knicks fan watching Julius Randle from game to game, you don't know what you're going to get, right? You don't know what you're going to get. But the cool thing about this era of Knicks basketball is even though you don't know what you're going to get from Randle, you know that you're going to get something from Randle. You know you're going to get something from Randle. And see, in the prior iterations of our power forward position, we didn't know. And for the, I'm taking off this. I had on this warm hat, man. I've been battling the cold for the past couple of days. So I just snatched this hat off I was wearing, y'all. For those just listening to the audio part. But in previous iterations of the power forward position, we didn't know what we were going to get from day to day, if we were going to get anything. With Julius Randle, at least we get something. We know we're going to get something, right? With Julius Randle, if he's rock steady, like if he doesn't underperform or overperform, we know we're getting 20 points, 10 rebounds, and about 4 assists. If he just shows up, right, doesn't do anything crazy, right, Julius Randle's going to give you 20, 10, and 4. That's all-star level numbers, right? But let me say this about Randle, right? In yesterday's game. For one, there's never, under any circumstance, a reason to be ejected from an NBA game if you're Julius Randle. Under no circumstance should you put yourself in a position to get ejected from an NBA game. Right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have to make excuses for Randle in this case. And I have to make excuses for the Knicks this season. I've watched many. The Charlotte Hornets game was so egregious. The Charlotte Hornet game Friday night was so egregious that if you're a Knicks fan, you probably would have lost your mind. I personally saw with my own froggy-looking eyes Quentin Grimes get accosted going to the rim at least 8 to 10 times. And this is Grimes. Quentin Grimes going to the rim 8 to 10 times. You could hear the Charlotte Hornets slapping Quentin Grimes all about the arms and chest and face. And he didn't get calls. That's Quentin Grimes. Now, I know most of you guys can't make every NBA game. You can't make every Knicks game. So you have to enjoy it in a platform like this one or watch it on television, right? But let me tell you something. The New York Knicks have not been getting calls all year. All year. Keith Turner's in the building. My guy, what's up, Keith Turner? Shout out to one of the GOATs in the chat. Keith Turner has been doing this for a long time. Keith Turner's been in chats for a very long time. Shout out to one of the GOATs of the chat, Keith Turner. And I ain't just saying that, man. Keith Turner goes back a long time. A long time. But back on this topic, though. I could hear Dale Sinclair's in the building. What's up, Dale Sinclair? Okay, I see you. You could hear. All right, when Charlotte goes to the rim, the Knicks bump a Hornet and they blow the whistle. RC Creative's in the building, my guy. Salute, salute, salute. You could hear, like when Grimes goes to the rim, you can hear the physicality. When the Hornets go to the rim, if you touch a guy, it's a whistle. I saw it with Kelly Oubre. Did Grimes foul Oubre? Yes, he fouled him. And yes, the referee blew the call. It was the right call. Grimes did it to Oubre and Rozier 5 or 6 times. But the referee blew the whistle. Trav Ryan in the building. Trav B. Ryan in the building. What's good, sir? Man, Trav, I enjoy your posts, man. I don't get to comment. I don't get to reply to y'all stuff like I be wanting to, but it's busy times right here in Lawrence Tears. Subliminal 209 is in the building. So listen, is Grimes a physical defender? Is McBride a physical defender? Yes and yes. Is RJ a physical defender? Yes. Is Randle a physical defender? Yes. Is Mitchell Robinson a physical defender? Yes. Is Hartenstein a physical defender? Yes. Right? When they play physical, the referee blow the whistle on them. And I don't, I'm like, okay, he got us. He got us. They caught us. They caught us with our hand in the cookie jar. Trav B. Ryan, listen. When Grimes will bump you on your way to the rim and throw you off your path, and the referee call a foul, yes, okay. They caught us. Right? But what happens when Grimes goes to the rim and he gets bumped? The referee hides the whistle. It looks as if the referee hides the whistle. Randle in the Charlotte game, you could hear the contact from a mile away. You could see the Knicks brass be physically upset that Randle is not getting calls. You could see it. They sitting right there in front of us. They see the same stuff y'all see. Y'all think they blind? You think they robots, androids? The same things that you guys see is the same things that they see. right? The same thing that you guys see is the same thing that everybody sees, bro. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't smart and you guys can't pick up things that other people can't see, but what I'm talking about is the egregious stuff. In yesterday's game, Randall was guarding Sabonis in the post, and mostly Mitch was guarding Sabonis center on center, right? Y'all know what it is. But Sabonis, and on this one play, I wish I had the video of it, but I'm not one of the big dogs yet. I can't afford to buy NBA video yet, so I'm hoping you'll just trust me on this. But Sabonis catches the ball in the post, pump fakes, switches pivot feet, bends down, takes his shoulder into Mitch, and then goes up into a shooting motion. They call a foul on Mitchell Robinson. Now think about what I said. He catches the ball in the post. He switches pivot feet. He bends down, puts his shoulder into Mitch, and then goes up into his shooting motion. And they call a foul on Mitchell Robinson. He did the same thing to Hartenstein 3 times. And Hartenstein went to the ref and showed him that he had his arms up. Y'all saw Hartenstein. He was like, yo, I'm just standing there with my arms up. And the referee was like, yeah, you hacked him. What are we calling out here? All we want is consistency. Should Randall have cursed out the ref and then went out and cursed out another ref? No. You got to be mature. Life ain't fair, Randall. Life is not fair. You're not going to get everything you feel like you deserve. Right? But all I'm asking is for referees to call games down the middle. I saw it in Charlotte, right? And listen, I know what it is. The Knicks have been so bad for so long that they don't get calls. The Knicks have been so bad for so long that we don't get calls. And I get it. I get it. Saw it in Charlotte. Grimes hacked Oubre. Oubre went to the free throw line. Right? Oubre hacks Grimes. Grimes turns the ball over. And Knicks fans are like, why is Grimes turning the ball over? And what does this have to do with Julius Randle, right? This has everything to do with Julius Randle. How does Kelly Oubre get calls and RJ Barrett and Julius Randle do not? Is it a player type, right? If you look stronger than everybody else, you get hacked more than everybody else. Is that what it is? Slim athletic guys? I don't want to say that's the case. Like it. If you're Randall, what else can you do? You beg and plead to the referees. And I know the referees see it because they call it on one side of the floor and don't call it on another. All we're asking for is consistency so we'll know how to play the game. If you're legislating physicality out of the game, then legislate physicality out of the game. But don't legislate certain physicality, right? And then allow other physicality to exist. Let's be consistent. There is no, and let me reiterate, there under no circumstances is it appropriate for Julius Randle to lose his cool and have a meltdown and get kicked out of a game. Under no circumstances should this happen. At the same time, these referees have been awful all year. If you're LeBron, you get every call known to man. If you're Joel Embiid, you get every call known to man. If you're Julius Randle, you get hacked all game. And it makes me think that the NBA chooses to be kingmakers, not letting guys sell it on the court, not let the best man win. But the NBA has this thing about kingmaking. If they like you, you can become an all-star. If they don't like you, you're not going to be an all-star. I don't like the king-making scenario at all. Let the best man win. It looks like to me that Julius Randle, RJ Barrett are not media darlings, so they're not going to get calls. The media doesn't like RJ Barrett. He's not going to get a call. The media doesn't like Randle. He's not going to get a call. It shouldn't be that way, but it appears to me that's what it is. The king-making thing, I think, may be real. Stars get calls. Hard working guys don't necessarily get calls. Play through it. Stop complaining. Is there a circumstance where Randle is justified in getting kicked out of a game? No. The Knicks aren't good enough, and Julius Randle is not good enough. Julius Randle is a supremely talented NBA power forward. I think he's justified in some of the complaining that he does, but there is no reason to cross the line. Moving on to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a smurf. Jason Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a little dude, but he's tough. Jalen Brunson is as tough as a Waffle House steak. But these injuries, game after game, tumbling to the floor, getting dinged up. One day it's a shoulder, and it's a wrist, then it's a foot, then it's an ankle, then it's a knee. Then he leaves the game, is gone for like 2 minutes. Then he comes back in the game. Then he plays through. He's hobbled, he's limping. He goes to the hole, gets knocked to the ground, gets up, shoots his free throws, leaves the game, sits on the bench, ices his knees. Jalen Brunson is tough. Jalen Brunson is tough. But how long will this last? For Shizzles in the building. How long can Jason? How long can Jalen Brunson go to the rim, get hacked, fall to the ground, fall on his back, get his ankle rolled up on, has a sore foot, sprained wrist, sprained ankle, back soreness, swollen knee. How long can Jalen Brunson last? You see it every game. Go to the rim, get hacked, leave the game, sit on the sideline, ice a knee, go to the back, take a painkiller, come back, go to the rim, get his ankle rolled up on, fall to the ground with no support, bang his hip, bang his elbow, bang his wrist. How long can Jalen Brunson take this punishment? Bo Ismail is in the building. How long can Jalen Brunson take this pounding? And if you're the Knicks, do you have a plan B? And if you have a plan B, does it require the plan B taking the same punishment as Jalen Brunson? Does Jalen Brunson does Plan B take the same pounding as Jalen Brunson? Go to the rim, get knocked out of the air, land on your hip, land on your elbow, land on your wrist, get your foot rolled up on, sprained ankle, sore foot, sore knee. How long does this last with Jalen Brunson? Don't really care if Jalen Brunson is hurt. There are a lot of people. I'm sorry, that Jalen Brunson is tough. There are a lot of tough people out here. What I'm concerned with is the production at the point guard position. If Jalen Brunson gets hurt and is out for an extended amount of time, does that ruin the Knicks season? If Jalen Brunson is hurt and is out for an extended amount of time, does that deep six the Knicks season? And if you're Leon Rose in the front office, do you go out and get this guy some help? If you're Leon Rose, do you watch Jalen Brunson put his body on the line every night, get dinged up, beat up, bruised up, injured, rolled up on, swollen knee, sprained ankle, sore foot, bruised hip? If you're management, do you make a preparation for another guy to come in and help Brunson share the load or to replace Brunson? Charlie King is in the building. Andrew College, what's good, man? I see you. Something to consider. Jalen Brunson is tough, and I'll give him credit for being tough. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, he's tough. But here's the thing, a lot of people are tough. Can we afford to lose Jalen Brunson for an extended amount of time? All right. So is RJ Barrett turning the corner? You look at the Charlotte game. You look at the Sacramento game, is RJ Barrett turning the corner? And if he is, why? Why does RJ Barrett take so long to turn the corner? The smoking Nick is in the building. What's good, Smoke? Wiz is in the building. Is RJ Barrett turning the corner? And if he is, why does it take so long for RJ Barrett to turn the proverbial corner? Why does it take to mid-December every year for RJ Barrett to show up? Just asking a friend. The Knicks have won 4 in a row. They go into Chicago Wednesday night and Friday night. The Bulls are favorites despite having all their injuries. For my money, I think the Knicks win both of these games. I think the Knicks win both of these games going away, and here's why. The Knicks defense lately has been nothing short of amazing. Perimeter defense. Perimeter defense. All right, y'all. I'm going to keep this one short, right? I'm going to jump back on in a few minutes. Just wanted to do the audio podcast to throw out there for our audio podcast listeners. Man, hey, for all you downloaders of the audio podcast, man, your reception to Lawrence Tears has been overwhelming. I am legit nothing short of overwhelmed by the way that you received Uncle Freezy and the Lawrence Tears family. These crazy bananas YouTubers out here, YouTube fans, like Wiz and AKA Ashley Inc., Bo Ismail, and everybody like that, man. So for all of y'all listening on the audio podcast means of listening, thank you for being so receptive for the way we rock. I understand that we rock and we talk different. We talk with this swag. We have this tri-state area bop to us. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand that we may talk a little more aggressive or speak a little more aggressively and things of that sort. We get straight to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? And all of that stuff. We got this street thing about us that's not always palatable for a mainstream audience. So, but I appreciate the audio folks out there that listen to podcasts receiving us with open arms. We definitely have more to come. Definitely going to add some more stuff. Thank you for the way you received us again. YouTubers, get ready. I got smoke coming your way. I have smoke coming your way. You ready to argue? You ready to fight? Well, you better be ready because I got something coming for y'all in a few hours. Thank you again for listening. Peace, y'all.